The moment you feel the urge to explain yourself is the moment you're already losing control. Not because you're wrong, but because the need to be understood puts your power in someone else's hands. Most people think silence is weakness. They think if they don't respond, they lose. If they don't defend themselves, they look small. If they don't explain, the other person wins. That belief keeps them trapped, talking too much, justifying everything, arguing with people who don't listen, begging for clarity from people who enjoy confusion. Power never lives there. Watch what happens in real life. Someone criticizes you unfairly. Your chest tightens, your mind races. You start building sentences in your head, trying to prove your worth, but the more you talk, the more they relax. Because now they control the pace, they control the frame, they control what matters. Silence does something different. Silence shifts pressure. When you say nothing, the other person is forced to sit with their own words. They start wondering if they went too far. They replay the moment. They fill the quiet with assumptions. Human beings are uncomfortable with unanswered space. They rush to fill it, and whoever fills it first usually loses. Think about arguments you've seen. The calmer person always looks stronger. The one who talks less is remembered as confident. The one who over-explains is remembered as emotional. This isn't about being cold. It's about being precise. In workplaces, the most powerful person in the room isn't the loudest. It's the one who listens, pauses, and speaks last. Everyone waits for their reaction. That waiting is power. In relationships, the person who reacts first gives leverage away. The one who can sit in silence without chasing clarity controls the emotional direction. Silence doesn't mean you don't care, it means you refuse to be pulled. Most people reveal too much too fast. They show their fear through words. They expose their insecurity through explanations. They think talking will protect them. It doesn't. It exposes them. When someone knows exactly how you feel, they know exactly how to move you. When they don't, they guess. And guessing creates hesitation. Hesitation is leverage. Ancient thinkers understood this without preaching it. They watched crowds. They watched rulers. They noticed who survived conflict and who didn't. The one who could remain unmoved always won more than they lost. Look at how silence works in confrontation. If someone insults you and you immediately respond, you validate the insult as worthy of response. If you stay silent, you force them to question their own position. They either escalate and expose insecurity or retreat and save face. Either way, you didn't lose. Silence turns the spotlight around. People hate that. They want reaction. They want emotion. They want proof that they matter enough to disturb your peace. When you don't give it, something breaks inside them, not loudly, quietly. They start checking your social media, replaying conversations, asking mutual friends about you. You're no longer reacting. You're being observed. That's the shift. Control isn't about domination. It's about not being dragged. Most people are controlled by triggers, a message, a tone, a look. Their mood changes instantly. Their behavior follows. The disciplined person notices the trigger and does nothing. That pause is everything. In that pause, you choose your position instead of being forced into one. Silence doesn't mean you never speak. It means when you do, it matters. Short words, clear boundaries, no emotional overflow. The less you say, the more weight each word carries. Notice how leaders speak. They don't rush. They don't fill space. They let silence work for them. Silence creates authority because it signals self-control, and self-control signals danger, not loud danger, quiet danger, the kind people respect without understanding why. When you stop explaining, you stop negotiating your value, you stop seeking approval, you stop lowering yourself to be accepted, you let others decide what your silence means, and most will assume strength. This is especially true when emotions are high, arguments, breakups, power struggles. The person who can sit in discomfort without chasing relief always has the upper hand. Relief-seeking behavior is predictable. Predictability is controllable. Unpredictable. Calm is not. People test boundaries instinctively. They poke, They provoke, they push. Silence is a mirror. It shows them themselves. Some won't like what they see, some will back away, some will respect you more, but none will control you. There's a reason silence feels hard at first. Your ego wants validation, your fear wants reassurance, your pride wants to win immediately. Silence denies all three. That's why it works. Strength is often invisible. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't argue. It simply doesn't move. When someone accuses you falsely and you don't rush to defend, you communicate something powerful. I know who I am. I don't need your agreement. That message is felt, not heard. Over time, people treat you differently. They choose their words carefully. They hesitate before crossing lines, not because you threatened them, because you're not reactive. Reactivity is weakness disguised as honesty. Silence forces others to reveal themselves. Give them space and they will talk. Give them time and they will expose intent. You don't need to confront everyone. You don't need to correct every lie. You don't need to win every moment. You only need to stay unpullable. There's a calm that comes from knowing you don't owe anyone an explanation. That calm changes how you walk, speak, and look at people. They sense it. Silence is not passive. It's selective engagement. You're choosing where your energy goes. You're choosing who deserves access. Most people don't. The more silent you become, the more intentional your actions are. And actions always speak louder than words you never needed to say. Eventually you'll notice something strange. People start seeking your reaction. They wait. They watch. That's when you know the balance has shifted. But here's the part most people miss. Silence is powerful only when it comes from inner control, not fear, not avoidance. If you're silent because you're scared, people feel it. If you're silent because you're grounded, they respect it. The difference is subtle, but it changes everything. Silence isn't a trick. It's a byproduct of discipline. You don't use it to manipulate. You use it to protect your center. And when your center is protected, control follows naturally. Say less, observe more. Respond only when necessary. Let others rush. Let others explain. Let others reveal. You don't need to announce strength, because when you say nothing, you control everything. And if you ever forget this, remember one cold truth. The moment you break silence to prove yourself, you've already handed your power away.